All right, guys, welcome to JAMB Mathematics. And in this first topic, we are considering number basis. A number basis, if you look through your IBAS system, your e-syllabus on jamb.gov, if you head over to jamb.gov.ng/IBASS, you are going to see all your JAMB syllabus there, all your recent JAMB syllabus, right? So for mathematics, the first topic we are considering is number basis. But this is under number and numeration. So we have other topics like approximations. We have ratios. We have fractions under number and numeration. But the first topic we are considering here is number basis. So this tutorial is brought to you by O3Schools JAMB app. O3Schools JAMB app. If you don't have this app on your phone installed right now, then you are missing a lot. Most of the topics we are going to, most of the questions we are going to deal with while attempting to understand this topic are going to be sourced from the O3Schools JAMB app. So head over to Play Store now, search for O3Schools. This is not zero, this is O3Schools JAMB app. Then download the recent version of the app and install and activate. Activation is just 2,500 naira. A lot of you have trust issues. I will pay 2,500 naira for app where I download my data. If you know the intellectual stress it takes for an app to be made, an app of this capacity to be made, an app that has made thousands of students gain admission into school by first of all having a very high JAMB score, because a lot of people, you don't understand that the first step to your admission is having a good JAMB score. If you score 150 in JAMB, you are already demoralized because you have reduced your chances of getting admission. So you must first of all have a very good JAMB score before you are even talking about let me go and write post UTME. So O3Schools JAMB app allows you to achieve a very good JAMB score. So download the app from Play Store, click on activate. At the top you see where they wrote buy activation key. Then click on it. Use any of the options. You can pay with your card online, or you can do a direct transfer. After making your transfer, in case you are saying how will I be able to get my activation key, it's not an issue. You can send a message to our support number on 09121515246. So once you send a message that I have sent payment but I have not received my activation key, you'll be requested to send your proof of payment. So whether you pay through POS, or whether you made a direct bank transfer, or somebody transferred for you, just screenshot the debit alert, or the screenshot of the POS, or the screenshot of the OPay, any means you pay, then you send it to this WhatsApp number. You will be attended to immediately. So there's no question about the question about trust here is we are 100% legit. So the account number you are transferring to also is a registered account, it's a business account. O3Schools is a registered business in Nigeria, and fraud is not part of our mechanism. So without further ado, let's head straight to the topic. So what are number bases? A number base is what they are digits or combination of digits that a system of counting uses to represent number. We say they are digits, or what combination of digits that a system of counting uses to represent numbers. So before now, there are so many systems of counting that different people use to represent numbers, right? So but number base, so there are digits that is what represents that system, right? So like we have the decimal system, we have the binary system, we have the hexadecimal system, we have the octal system. I'm going to look at them as time goes on. But first of all, what is a base itself? I'll talk about number bases. Well, what is a base itself? So a base is an whole number that is greater than what? That's greater than 0, right? So a base is an whole number that is greater than 0. That means a base cannot be a fraction. It's an whole number. Whole number. You know what whole number are, yeah? Whole number greater than what? Greater than 0 are what bases are. Now, base 10, which is the decimal system, base 10. Base 10. A lot of people call this the natural base. The natural base, because if you want to do 212 plus 46 now, if you want to do this addition or do this subtraction, 2 plus 6 is what? Is 8. 1 plus 4 is what? Is 5. 2 plus nothing here is what is 2. We're going to have 258 as your result. So this is what? This is natural. This is what? This is base 10 operation. So all the addition, the subtraction you are doing, normally they are in base 10. But if I change this, okay, let us do subtraction, because I'm not going to do operations in number base. I'm not going to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. For addition and subtraction, just pay attention to what I'm doing here. You're going to get what addition and subtraction is about. But for multiplication and division, there are other ways to bypass it. First, convert the bases that you are given to base 10, and then you convert them back to the base you are required to after you are done, after doing your operation. So now, for this, if I'm doing subtraction, you will say 2 minus 6. What will you say? You say it cannot be. So you borrow 1 from here, it becomes 0. Abi? Then you now add that 1 here, it becomes 12. If you look at it very well, what did you borrow from here? If you add 1 to 2, is it supposed to be 12? It's not supposed to be 12. It's supposed to actually be what? Be 3. Because if you borrow 1 from here, you add it here. It's supposed to be 2 plus 1 and 3 now, right? Because we are in base 10. Because we are in base 10, I want you to understand addition and subtraction very well in number basis. Because with this, you will not have any problem when it comes to addition and subtraction in number basis. So actually, what are you borrowing? You are borrowing the base. You borrow the base. Let me write it out so that you get it very well. You are borrowing the what? The base. When you borrow in number basis, in operations in number basis, you are borrowing what? The base. So even in our normal addition, it is because it is in base 10. It is 10 we are borrowing. So when we say we borrow 1 from here, it's not actually 1. We are borrowing what? 10. We are borrowing the base. So 10 plus 2 is what makes it 12. That's why we can write 1 at the front of 2 and make it what? 12. I hope you understand. Let me come back again. So what I'm saying that in number basis, you are borrowing the what? The base. If this is an operation 212 minus what? 46 in base 5 now. I want you to get it clearly. We will come back to this. So if this operation is in base what? 5, 2 minus 6 cannot still. So when you borrow 1 from here, it becomes 0. So here now you will not say you have what? 1 here. You cannot add 1 here. You will borrow the base. So here will be what? It will be 5 you are adding to this place. 5 plus 2 will be what? Will be 7. Here will now be 7. So 7 minus 6 will become what? 1. This one is in base 5. This operation is in base 5. So anytime you borrow in number basis, in addition or in subtraction, especially it has to be in subtraction anyway. So anytime you borrow in number basis, you are borrowing the base. Note that, know it, and know peace. All right. So 12 minus 6 will be what? Will be 6. Then you come again to the next one. It says 0 minus 4 cannot again. So you borrow 1 again from here. 1. So you add that 1 here. So because you're actually borrowing what? 10, the base. 0 plus 10 is what? Is 10. So you now say 10 minus 4 is what? Is 6. Then 1 minus nothing is what? Is 1. This is normal subtraction, isn't it? So now for our base 5, when you borrow 2 from here, when you borrow 1 from 0 minus 4 cannot back, so you borrow 1 from here. 1. So when you add that, what you are borrowing the one, the base, like I said. So it is 5 you are borrowing. So 5 plus 0 is what? Is 5. 5 minus 4 is what? Is 1. Then 1 minus 0 is what? Is 1. You see that they have different what? Different results under different bases. That is just the simple thing you should understand about what? Subtraction in what? In number basis. So whatever the base is, whenever you borrow, that is the number you are what? You are borrowing. I hope you are very clear on that. Also, okay, let us just continue. So like I said, there are different systems of what? Different systems of what? Of counting. So we have a decimal system, which is what? The base 10 system, right? It is the most popular system and most commonly used system of what? Of counting. It is usually because of the fact that what? Human beings have what? How many fingers? We have 10 fingers. That is why base 10 system is the most common system of counting, right? So we also have other okay, how is a base written? How is a base written? So a base is usually written at the side of a number. So if you have 8 base 7, you see the base is written as what? As a subscript. It's written as what? As a subscript. 8 base 7, 189 base 2, You see, a lot of people prefer to say 8 base 7 and 189 base 2 because a lot of people are doing calculation. They will just say 189 2, right? They do not include 2 when doing calculation. So, and you see that in JAMB, you don't play with one question. Know that either one or two questions must come out for number basis in JAMB. It's even in this coming JAMB you are going to write, you are going to see two questions or one question for number basis. You must see a question for number basis. So you cannot afford to lose a very simple mathematics because of your overzealousness. So you have to be very, 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 very careful. So bases are usually written at the side of what? Of the numbers. Like for example, we have 8 base 7 as subscript, not as superscript. If superscript are what? Are power. So if I say 8 raised to power 7, this is what? A superscript. But bases are written what? As subscripts. As subscripts. All right. So having known that now, there are other system of what? Of counting, and the most commonly used non-base 10. Now I told you natural base is base 10, right? And that what? That base 10 is the most commonly used. But the another non-base 10 system that is commonly used is what? Is the binary system. The binary system is what? Is base 2, the base 2 or system. The base 2 system means it only have what? Zeros. It only has zeros and what? And ones. In this system of counting. Only zeros and ones in this system of counting. It does not exceed to 2. So for the base 10 now, as was 0 to what? 0 to 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? That is what the base 10 system comprises of. So that's why after 9, we'll go back to 10 again. We'll go back to, we'll now get to 10. Now have 11. Now have, like you understand, right? After 9, we now have 1 and 0. Now 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and continuously. So in our own system of counting, So that is base 2 system. And the binary system is very important because it helps those of you that are computer programmers that have knowledge in coding. You see that binary system is very, very useful in coding. Another system is the hexadecimal. The hexadecimal system. This is base 16. Base 16. So it's also very, very useful in what? In coding. In coding, you have octal system, base 8, and so on and so forth. So many systems of counting. So what I'm going to do right now is to dive into what? Into some major parts of this binary system and number basis calculation, so that we'll know how to apply them or to questions. So the first part is conversion from base 10, a number in base 10, to other bases. So let's see that. First part is what? Conversion from base 10 to other bases. So this is the first part we are considering. Conversion of base 10 to other bases. Now, how do we do this? When you are converting from a base 10 number to what? To another base, to another different base entirely, what we do is repeated division. We do repeated division, and then we take our result from the bottom to the top. It's very simple. We do repeated division, and then we take our result from the bottom to the what? To the top. We're going to see an example. So let's see, for example, if they say convert 71 base 10 to base 8. This is a 1993 JAMB question, number 1. Convert 71 base 10 to base 8. So what do? We use this because we are converting to base 8 and it's in base 10 already. So we use this 8 to divide 71 until we get to 0. And then we take our result from what? From bottom to the top. Now let's see. So we have 71. You have what? 8. You rule your normal division. Okay, so 8 into 71. How many times can 8 go into 71? Now, a lot of you also that want to do mathematics, you don't know your multiplication table. Your multiplication table, your 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 3, your 3 times 1, 2, and you're up to 12. If you don't know it in your head, you are not even ready for JAMB mathematics. Because all those simple things, they aid you, they aid your speed. You don't joke with them. Let us head back to what you are doing. So how many times can 8 go into 71? 8 times 8 is what? Is 64. 8 times 9 is 72. So 9 obviously it will be more than. So 8 times 8. 8 can go into 71. 8 times, remember what? Remember 7. You get? You understand, right? 8 times 8 is 64. So 71 minus what? 64. 1 minus 4 cannot. So borrow 1 from here, right? Here is 6. So add it. 11 minus 4 is what? Is 7. Right? 6 minus 6 is 0. Right? So there's a remainder of 7 when 8 goes into 71. Then you say 8 again. 8 into 8 is 1, remainder what? Remainder 0. Of course, you have not gotten to 0 yet. This side has to get to 0. So you say 8 again. 8 into 1 is what? 0, remainder what? 1. So you now take your result from what? From bottom to top like this. So that what? 71 base 10 is equal to what? 107 base 8. You see how simple it is to convert from base 10 to other bases. This is simple. This is just what you are required of, and you have your 2 marks in JAMB. You have 2 marks. You keep it in one side first. You'll be smiling. So you have to what? JAMB try to test your speed. They also try to test your accuracy. How accurate are your calculations? So now let's go ahead. Let's continue. Let's take another question. So this is a 1981 question. A 1981 question. Let's see it. 1981 number 28. So they say the number 25 when converted from the tens and unit base to the binary base, that's base 2, is one of the following. Is one of the following. All right, so the first option here, A, they say is 110011. B is 111011. C is 111000. D is 11001. So they say the number 25 when converted from the tens and unit base. The tens and unit base is the base 10. A lot of you, only that part now will throw your balance. Which one be tens and unit base again? A lot of you, once you just see that, you just concentrate on tens and unit base. Wetin e be? So if you see base 10 like this, this is what? This is unit. This is what? 10. Isn't it? So the tens and unit base is what? Is the base 10. All right. So they say what? The number 25 when converted from the tens and unit base, that means this 25 is in base 10 to the binary. They're asking us now to convert it to what? To base 2. What is the result? We're giving what? Options. So as we have said before, we use repeated division and then we take our result from the bottom to the what? To the top. So now let's go. I'm going to have 25 base what? 10. You rule. Dividing by 2. So 2 into 25 is what? 2 can go into 25 many times? 12 times. 2 times 12 is 24. Remainder what? 1. 2 will go again. 6 times remainder 0. 2 will go. 3 times remainder what? 0. 2 will go again. 1 remainder what? 1. And then 2 will go again. 0 remainder what? 1. So that what? Your 25 base 10 is what? 11001. Base what now? Base 2. 11001. 11001. So we are taking a result from the bottom to the what? To the top. 11001. So which option corresponds to that? That is option D. So you have gotten your 2 marks and you are smiling. So now we have seen that question. Now let's go to let's take question from the O3Schools JAMB app. This is a 2013 question number 2. A 2013 question number. So sometimes you'll be wondering, we ask yourself, is it all these simple questions they set in JAMB? Why do people not now get 100 over 100? Right? So sometimes it is overzealousness. You overdo. Sometimes because of your overdo. So now let's see a question from JAMB 20. Okay, sorry, this marker is very okay. Okay. Okay, so let's see a question. This is 2013. Question what? Question 2 from the O3Schools JAMB application. All right, so 2013 number 2, they say convert 27 base 10 to another number in base 3. So convert 27 base 10 to another number in what? In base 3. So it's in base 10, we have to convert to base 3. Now we're going to be moving at the speed of light, right? We already know what that's about. So we have 27 divided by 3. 3 into 27 is what? Is 9 remainder 0. 3 into 9 is what? 3 remainder what? 0. 3 into 3 is 1 remainder what? 0. And 3 into 1 is 0 remainder what? 1. So we take our result from bottom to top. So I'm going to have 1000 base what? Base 3. Meanwhile, we are very, very what? Correct. So now let's take another question from the O3Schools JAMB app. Okay, first of all, this same question, convert 27 base 10 to another number in base 3, was repeated exactly in 2015 JAMB number 28. The O3Schools JAMB app. If you have it, you are going to see that there. So now let's go to another question. This is 2017 question now. This is a 2017 question. 2017 number 15. Number 15 question. So they said convert 45 base 10 to a number in base 3. To a number in base 3. So we know what to do, right? So we have 45 base 10 divided by 3. 3 into 45 is what? 15. Remainder what? 0. 3 into 15 is what? Is 5. Remainder what? 0. 3 into 5 is what? 1. Remainder what? 2. Isn't it? Then 3 into 1 is what? Is 0. Remainder what? 1. So I'm going to have 45 base 10 is what? Is, you take a result from bottom to top, is 1200 base what now? Base 3. Very easy, you may say. I know you know it's very easy. So now we are going to move away from conversion from base 10 to other bases to conversion of a given base number to base 10. So a number is in non-decimal. A number is not in base 10, but we are asked to convert it to base 10. So in this case, while we are doing repeated division, when we are converting from base 10 to other bases, when we are converting from other bases to base 10, we now do what? Expansion of what? Of the given number in the base we are given. So now let's see what we're talking about. So we are doing conversion from what? Conversion of a given base number to base 10. All right, so let's go with that speed. So let's take an example. They say convert example. Say convert 321 base 5 to a number in base 10. So this 321 is in base 5. It's not in base 10. So it's in base 5 this time. We have to convert it to what now? To base 10. So what do we do? What to simply do is very easy. Maths is very easy. Maths is the sweetest subject so far. Maths beat your chest every time. Maths is easy. It will enter your head. Your head can carry anything. In fact, I don't think there's anything in this slide that your head cannot carry. Except you are limiting yourself. So what you do is simple. Bring the number down, the number 321. In your primary schools, we're taught units, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. We're taught hundreds, we're taught tenth. That's if there's a decimal in the number, tenth, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, and so on and so forth. Now we are going to apply that knowledge here before solving. So first of all, the first thing you do is this is what you number them. Number from this is unit, right? This is unit, write 0 on top. This is what 10, write 10 T on top. Then this is what thousand. This is 100. Unit 10, 100, isn't it? That's the way it goes. So this is the power. That is the order of the power. You get me? This is unit, sorry. That it shows the order of the power. Unit is what? 0. Tens is what? Tens is 1. Then 100 is what? Is 2. Because we're expanding the powers of 10. You get? In the powers of, you understand clearly. Why is it like this? Because this is what? 0. This is what? 10. This is what? 100. That's what I'm saying. Because 100 is 10 raised to power. 100 is what? 10 times 10. Which is what? 10 raised to power 2. You get? Because it is 100 here. That's why I'm putting this power here. 2. Because it is 10 here. 10. Right? It's 10 times what? 10 times what? 1. Right? That's what? 10 raised to power 1. 10 once. 10 once. 10 raised to power 1. That's why 10 is there. So unit is what? Is 0. Alright. So having gotten that, we have already gotten the order. So whatever number you are given, this is the way you number it. You number like this. So this is 0, 1, and what? And 2. And then this is base 5. The base is very important. So now, how do we do the expansion to convert it to base 10? It's simple. So you can take this first, you can start from here or start from here. The important thing is to get the order of what this power. You get? So you can start from here or start from here, but let's start from here so that it makes it so that we are all in the same page, right? So I'm going to have 3 times the base times 5 times raised to the power 8 power 2. You understand? Then plus now 2 again times the base times 5 raised to power what now? 1. Then plus what? 1 times the base raised to the power of what? Of 0. So I'm going to have this. Right? So now, another important thing you need to know to aid your speed are the powers of some certain numbers. Like, for example, 2 raised to power 1 is what? Is 2. 2 raised to power 2 is what? Is 4. 2 raised to power 3 is what? Is 8. 2 raised to power 4 is what? Is 16. 2 raised to power 5 is what? 32. 2 raised to power 6 is what? 64. 2 raised to power 7 is what? 128. 2 raised to power 8 is 256. 2 raised to power 9 is 512. 2 raised to power 10 is 1024, and so on and so forth. Now, JAMB will not usually give you questions that will be more than 2 raised to power 5. I don't think I've really seen any past question that has a question that exceeded 2 raised to power 5. So you should know from 2 raised to power 1 to 2 raised to power 5. You know what 2 raised to power 1 means? 2 raised to power 1 means 2 only once. 2 raised to power 2 means 2 multiplying itself twice. That is 2 times 2, 4. 2 raised to power 3 means 2 multiplying itself 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is what? 8. 2 raised to power 4 means 2 multiplying itself 4 times. So, and so on and so forth. Also, the powers of 3, you should know them. 3 raised to power 1 is what? Is 3. 3 raised to power 2 is what? Is 9. 3 raised to power 3 is what? 27. 3 raised to power what? 4 is what? Is 81. 3 raised to power 5 is what? 243. I know the one they're not going to extend. 3 raised to power 6 is 1029, and so on and so forth. But they don't usually exceed what? 3 raised to power 5. Sorry, raised to power the power of 5. Now, also the powers of 4. 4 raised to power 1 is what? Is 4. 4 raised to power 2 is what? 16. 4 raised to power 3 is what? 64. Right? And so on and so forth. So 4 raised to power 4 also, and so on. So you should know from what 4 to what to for 4. I don't think I've usually exceeded this. So for 4 raised to power 4 now, what 64 times what 4, isn't it? So that's what 6 carry 1. What times what 24? That's 256. You get? So 4 raised to power 4 is what? 256. Then 4 raised to power 5 also should be around I think 1024. To 1024. So you should know these powers: 2 raised to power 1, 3 raised to power 2 powers of 2, the powers of 3, the powers of 4, even the powers of 5. 5 raised to power 1 is what? Is 5. 5 raised to power 2 is 25. 5 raised to power 3 is what? 125. 5 raised to power 4 is what? 625. And then 5 raised to power 5 should be around 3025, I guess. So, but it's just to multiply this 625 by 5. All right, so you should know all these powers. They will help you as we are doing calculations. Now you see where they come to play. You should know them in your head. You should know them in your head. All right, so let's go. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 times 5 raised to power 2 is what? 25, right? You can bracket it so that you make your work neater and so to avoid mistakes. So 2 times 5 raised to power 1 is what? Is 5. Then plus 1 times 5 raised to power 0 is what? Is 1. So anything, just know that anything raised to the power of 0 from indices, anything raised to the power of 0 is what? Is 1. So 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, if it is raised to the power of 0, it's also going to be what? 1. You must know that and know peace. So now, I'm going to have 3 times 25 is what? Use your calculator. Use your calculator. Do not be forming I too sabi. 3 times 25 is what? 75, right? All right. Then plus 2 times 5 is what? Is 10. Plus 1 times 1 is 1. So I'm going to have 75 plus 10 is what? 85. 85 plus 1 is what? 86 base what now? Base 10. So that is how to convert from what? From a given base number to base 10. You do what? Expansion in the power of what? Of the number. All right, now let's get another question. This is a 1979 question. 1979 question. Question 7. They said in base 10, comma, the number 101101 base 2 equals. So the number is what? This number is already in what? It's in base 2. But we have to convert it to what? To base 10. So in base 10, this number is what? Is what? That's what they're asking. Of course, we're giving options. A is what? A is 15. B is 4. C is 45. D is 32. E is what? E is 90. So now we're going to convert what? 101101 base 2 to what? To base 10. So it's as simple. Let's take this off and then let's do our expansion. What does I say the first thing you should do? You should bring out the number 10110 base what? Base 2. Base 2. Then you build, you get a power. This is 0 units, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get it now. So now you do your expansion. 1 times 2 raised to the power 5 and bracket that plus 0 times 2 raised to the power what? 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 3 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 1, right? Then plus what? 1 times 2 raised to the power what? 0. Somebody may be solving now. You put this 0 outside. You get, or you put this 5 outside. Or you put this 4 outside. So be very careful. That's why this bracket is very important. But even when you're putting a bracket, it can be confusing. So you have to be very, very careful. So now let's go. 2 raised to the power 5, I already listed it. 2 raised to the power 5 is 32. So 1 times 32 because of time. Then plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 4 is what? Is 16, right? Then plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 3 is what? Is 8, right? Then plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 2 is 4. Then plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 1 is what? Is 2. Then plus what? 1 times 2 raised to the power 0 is what? N raised to the power 0 is what? Is what? Is 1. I've told you that. So now you can now start adding. 1 times 32 is 32. Plus 0 times 16 is 0. Plus 1 times 8 is 8. Plus 1 times 4 is what? Is 4. Plus 0 times 2 is what? 0. Plus 1 times 1 is 1. So I'm going to have 32 plus 8 is 40. 40 plus 4, 44. 44 plus 1 is what? 45 is 10. So does that correspond to any of our option? Option C. So I'll be able to successfully convert 101101 base 2 to base what? To base 10. Now let's take another question quickly because of time. We're moving with the speed of light, and now that we already understand how to convert. All right, so there's a question here. Some of you will say they'll teach simple questions and then give us hard ones. Let's attempt this question. This is a 2007 question, question 29. They said if x base 10 is equals to 1214 base 5, find x. This is from O3Schools JAMB app. So you should head over there, download the app, see all forms of questions that number bases can come out in. So now let's go. Now, what is the problem here? The problem here is that this x is in base 10, but this number is in base 5. So there's no unity in the bases. What I mean by there's no unity is because This is in another base. Why this is in another base? For us to be able to solve together, we have to make sure that we agree. So the bases have to be what? The same. So the best thing to do is to convert this 1 to 1 4 to base what? To base 10 first. Once you convert this to base 10, then they'll both be in base 10, and then we can be able to find the result of S. So what they are actually saying is that convert one, what this question is saying in totality is convert 1 to 1 4 base 5 to base 10. Simple as ABC. So let's go. I'm going to have what? 1 to 1 4 of base 5. You number 0, 1, 2, 3. There are no options here. There are options. A is 124. B is 121, C is 184, and D is 180. All right, so now let's go. I'm going to have what? 1 times 5 raised to the power 3 plus 2 times 5 raised to the power 2 plus 1 times 5 raised to the power 1 plus 4 times 5 raised to the power what? 0. So now you go right to 0, well, 4, now turn it to 6. So now you go 5 raised to the power 3 is 4, 5 times 5, 25, 25 times 5, 125, 1 times 125, then plus 2 times 25, 5 raised to the power 2, plus 1 times 5 raised to the power 1 is 5, then plus 4 times, you see, I went to put the 0 outside, though. You see, beginning of problem, so 0 is supposed to be here. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have to be very careful, very, very careful, because putting, for let's do that now. 4 times 5 raised to the power 0, everything will be equal to 1, because I told that anything raised to the power 0 is what is 1, so it will alter the result, and that is not the right thing. That's why you have to be very careful. Sorry, excuse me. So I'm going to have 5 raised to the power 0 is what is 1. Now let's do the multiplication. 1 times 125 is 125, plus 2 times 25 is what? 50, plus 1 times 5 is what? It's 5, plus 4 times 1 is what? Is 4. So you add 125 plus 50 is 175. 175 plus 5 is 180. 180 plus 4 is what? 184 base what? Base 10. What option corresponds with that? Option C. So because it's already in base 10, x base 10 is equal to 184 base 10. So we have found the value of what? Of x. It's as simple as ABC. So now let's go to the next part of this topic, and that is conversion of base number with decimal to base 10. Conversion of base number with decimal to base 10. Of base number with decimal to base 10. Now we'll take an example. So this is a JAMB question from the O3Schools JAMB. I will say convert. This is a JAMB pass question. Convert 101.0112 to base 10. To base 10. So we have 101.0112. Like I was saying before, I said if you have a number, so like 2146.6312. Now, like we are from primary school, you know this is what? Units, this is 10, this is 100, this is what? 1000. Then this one is what? Is tenth. The tenth, tenth, T-E-N-T-H. This one is tenths, T-E-N-S. This is tenths. This one is tenth. This is what now? Hundredth. This is what? Thousands. And this is what? Tens of what? Thousands. If you have another number here, to be hundreds of thousands. So, but this one here is what? This is unit. This is what? Tens. You are seeing it. This is tens. This is tenth. It's different. Tenth means 1 over 10. That's what tenth means. But tens means what? 10. You get? So 6 tenths now will be what? 6 over 10. You get? 300 will be what? 3 over 100. So 4 tenths, 100. Then this one is what? 1000, 2000. So you were taught place value system now. So you say, what's the place value of 6 in 2146? So you see 6 units. 6 units. What's the place value of 1? Okay, let's say of 3 in this number? You say is 300. That's what? 3 over what? 100. and so on and so forth. So your place value will make you to get this question without any problem. That's just a throwback. It's a throwback. It's a side. It's a side tip. So now let's go back to the question since we are able to jog your memory. So I'm going to have 101.011 base what? Base 2. So this is what? What 0, the number 0, 1, then this is what? 2. Then here becomes what? Minus 1. Here becomes minus 2. That's what? Minus 3. So that's how you number. You number 0, 1, 2. From the decimal side, you start with negative 1. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So now you can solve. So we're going to see also applies indices here. Indices to what? To get the final answer. But we'll get to indices. So do not worry yourself. But by now you're supposed to have, you want to write JAMB, you're supposed to have the knowledge of indices. So now let's go. So we expand now. 1 times 2 raised by what? 2 plus 0 times 2 raised by 1 plus 1 times 2 raised by 0. Right? Bracket them. Then plus, if you will plus, the decimal place will be gone. So I'm going to have 0 times 2 raised to power minus 1, then plus 1 times 2 raised to power minus 2, then plus 1 times 2 raised to power minus 3. Right? So 2 raised to power 2 is what? Is 4. That is 1 times 4 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 1. You know why it's 1, right? 2 raised to power 0 is 1. Then plus 0 times 2 raised to power minus 1 is what? 1 over 2. So there's a lot of indices that say that a raised to power minus 1 is what? 1 over a. So this over will take over this minus sign. So 2 raised to power minus 3 will be equal to what now? 1 over 2 raised to power what? 2 raised to power 3. So this negative sign is what replaces this what? Division sign. This division sign is what replaces this negative sign. Right? So it's as simple as that. So you must know this rule of indices. You will apply it. A raised to power minus 1 is 1 over a. So now, so 1 over 2 raised to power what? 1, right? Then plus what now? 1 times 1 over 2 raised to power what? 2. Then plus 1 times 1 over 2 raised to power 3. Right? So you do that. 1 times 4 is what? Is 4. 0 times 2 is 0. Plus 1 times 1 is what? Is 1. Then plus 0 times anything is what? Is 0. So I have 0. Then plus 1 times what is 2 raised to power 2? 4. That is 1 over 4s. So I'm going to have 1 times 1 over 4, which is 1 over 4. Then plus 1 times 2 raised to power 3 is what? 2 raised to power 3 is 8. 1 times 1 over 8, which is 1 over 8. So our result now will be what? 5. 4 plus 1 is what? 5 plus 1 over 4 plus what? 1 over 8. Are you getting it? So we can do LCM. LCM is what? Is 8. Isn't it? You know LCM, right? Your lowest common multiple. So this is 8, this is 4. What can go 2? You have 4, you have what? 2. What can go 2? You have 2, you have 1. What can go 2? 1, 1. Then you multiply. 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So now 8 divided by 1 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. Then plus 8 divided by 4 is what? Is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Then plus 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times 1 is what? Is 1. So what will our result now be? 40 plus 2 is what? 42. 42 plus 1 is 43. It's what? 43 over 8, which is equal to 5 whole number 3 over 8. So 8 can go to 43 5 times, remainder 3 over 8. So you see, that is our final result. So the options for the question: A was 63, B was 43, C was 10, D was 7 whole number 7 over 8, and E was what? 5 whole number 3 over 8. So some of you will just see this question now and say, the answer cannot be fraction. Yeah, you just pick A, B, or C, and on your way to failure. So it is only success I speak for you. So please be meticulous when you are doing your calculation. Now, I don't think we need to run through this again. If you have any question, this is our customer care WhatsApp number for O3Schools JAMB 09121515246. Send your questions there. I will attend to you personally. I will attend to the calculations part personally. All right, now let's head to another part of this topic because of time. So you see, you have applied. That's why anything you are taught in mathematics is very important. It's very important. It's very important. Now let's go conversion of a non-base 10 number of a non-base 10 number to another non-base 10 number. So we have a non-base 10 number to another non-base 10 number. So how do we do that kind of conversion? We first of all convert that number to base 10, right? Then we'll now convert that number, that base 10, that the result will now have to the other base they're asking us of. So for example, we have to convert 50 base 8 to base 7, example. So first of all, convert 50 base 8 to base 10. We now have a result, right? We will now convert that base 10 to what? To this base 7 to have our final result. So that's what we do. Very easy. Let's take an example. So let's take an example. They said I'm going to take in examples actually. All right, so let's take this example from O3Schools JAMB app 2003 base 7. So they say the sum of 4 numbers is 1 to 14 base 5. They say what is the average? The average expressed in base 5. This is like a word problem, right? So they say the sum of 4 numbers is 1 to 14 base 5. What is the average expressed in base 5? So they want our final result to be in base what? In base 5. It's very, very easy also. So now our options: A was 411, B is 401, C 114, D 141. Now, how do we do this? So the sum of 4 numbers is, we know what average is now. Average is add the total number. Okay, say find the average of 4 numbers: 1, 2, 3, and 4. The average is what? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by what now? 4, isn't it? So now we cannot just say 1 to 14 base 5 divided by 5 because it's not in our natural base 10. So first of all, I have to convert this 1 to 14 to base what? To base 10 first. Then after we are converted it to base 10, we will now find the average. Right? After we have found the average, we now convert it back to base what? To base 5. You get? This is a non-base 10 number converted to base 10 first. Then we'll convert it back to base 5 to find the result in base 5. It's very easy. Let's go. Let's attack it. So solution now. So now you are going to have 1 to 14. This is base 5, right? So we're converting to base 10 first. 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to have 1 times 5 raised to power 3. I think we have done this before. Plus 2 times 5 raised to power 2. Plus 1 times 5 raised to power 1. Then plus what? 4 times 5 raised to power what? 5 raised to power 0. So we'll do this now. I'm going to have 1 times 5 raised to power 3. 5 raised to power 3 is what? 125. Right? 1 times 125. Then plus 2 times what? 25. Then plus what? 1 times 5. Then plus 4 times 5 raised to power 0 is what? Is 1. So our result here is 125. Plus what? 2 times 25 is 50. Plus 1 times 5 is 5. Plus what? 4 times 1 is what? Is 4. Everything to give us here 125 plus that is 184. I know I've done this in another question. 184. This one is now in base 10. So we have gotten our result in base 10. But we then want the result expressed in base 5. But first of all, they say the sum of 4 numbers. They say what is the average? The keyword there is the average. So can I find the average? You should say average. Because of what now? The sum of numbers is 184. Sum is 184. What about what? The total of numbers. So I'm going to have what now? Sum of numbers is what? 184 divided by what now? Divided by 4. So divide that. You don't even need calculator, but if you have calculator, press on. Press on, please. So 2 here 2, 2 here 92. So 2 here 1, 2 here 46. So I'm going to have 46. So this one is also in base what? In base 10. But we don't want our result to be in base 10. If I am an examiner, I will put this 46 base 10 as the option. I'll put 46 in this option because somebody will pick it. Somebody will do and say, hey, out of excitement, the person will forget that they were asked to express back to base 5. Out of excitement, the person will just pick 46 and say that is the result. But that is not where our endpoint is. So now, because we are told to express the result in base 5 again, we are going to what? Do that somewhere here. Let's do it somewhere here. I think you can see it. So you have your 46, right? In base what now? In base 5. Then we are divided by what? By 5. Because in base 10, we are converting to base 5. 5 into 46 is what? Is 9. Remember what? 1. 5 times 9 is 45. So 5 into 9 is what? Is 1. Remember 4. And 5 into 1 is 0. Remember what? 1. So we take our result from bottom to top. So I'm going to have our answer to be equal to what? 141 base what? Base 5. What option is that? Option D. It's very, very easy. Very, very easy. All right, I haven't seen that now. Then let's go to another question. O3 from O3Schools JAMB app. I'm cleaning this. Please, if there's anything you don't understand, take the video back and watch it again. Take the video back and watch it again. So, question. This is 2004 question number 39 from the O3Schools JAMB app. So now you are given 4, 2, 4, 3, 1, 3, x 4. Then we're giving y 3, 4, 4. The operation is in base. They say find x and y if the operation is in base 5. This is subtraction, right? So because we already know the trick of subtraction, this will be very, very easy for us. Very, very, it will be like 1 minute question. So now this is in base 5. So we go. Let's go by what we said from the beginning. 3 minus 4 is what? You cannot do 3 minus 4. So you have to borrow, right? So when you borrow from here becomes what? 3. But what are you borrowing? The base. You are borrowing 5. So 5 plus 3 is what? Is 8. Here becomes 8, right? So 8 minus 4 is what? Is 4. Are we not correct? We are correct. Check. This one is checked. Now, 3 minus s is equals to what? 3 minus x equals to 4. Right? You know that is also is subtraction we are doing. Look at it. If I say if here is 8, 8 minus 4 will be what? 8 minus 4 will be what? Will be 8 minus 4 will be 4 here. Let's say it's here looking for. If you know here, we know here. Just say 8 minus 4. You get here since it's subtraction. All right. So now we are getting a 3 minus x, which we know that you cannot actually do that. That subtraction. Now you know our answer here is 4. So say 3 minus 4 is also what? Cannot. So we need to borrow from this place. So if you borrow 2 from here, you borrow 1 from here, you become 1. So you add that 1 you are borrowing. That 1 you are borrowing is 5. 5 plus 3 here is also what? 8. So 8 minus 4 now, here will be what? Will be 4. S will be equal to what? 4. So x is 4. I found x. We'll continue. 1 minus 3 cannot. So we borrow from here becomes 3. Then we add that 5 plus 1. Here becomes what? 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. Check. 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 Correct. So now 3 minus 1 is what? Is 2. So y is equal to what? 2. So y is equal to 2. It's very, very easy. I think this will be the fastest question we have solved today. And I'm not going to go over it again because I've explained the trick to subtraction in number basis. Now let's go to question 2006 question. 2006 question what? 26. So they say convert 2 to 32 base 4 to a number in base 6. So I'm giving 2 to 32 base 4 to a number in base 6. So that means the flow is to convert 2 to 34 to base 10 first, then convert the result to base 6, isn't it? So now let's quickly do that. 2, 2, 3, 2, base what? Base 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3. You start your expansion. So I have 2 times 4 raised to power 3 plus 2 times 4 raised to power what? 2 plus 3 times 4 raised to power what? I've seen it right? 1. Then plus 2 times 4 raised to power 0. So now you do your expansion. What is 4 raised to power 3? 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, 64. So 2 times 64, 2 times 64, then plus 2 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, then plus 3 times what? 4, then plus 2 times 1. 4 plus 0 is 1. So you do 2 times 64 is 128, then plus 2 times 16 is 32, 3 times 4 is 12, then plus 2 times 1 is 2. So 128 plus 32 is what? That give you 160. 160 plus 12 is 172. And then you are going to have 174. So I'm going to have 174 base 10. 174 base 10. All right, so now we have to convert what from 2 to 3 4 base 4 to base 6. So we have in base 10 now. So what do we do next now? We convert 174 base 10 to base 6, and it's very easy to do. So write 174 and write 6, because I convert it to base 6 now. 6 divided by 17, 6 times 3 is 18. So it's only 2 times you can go. So we have 2. 6 times 2 is 12, remainder 5. So 6 into 54 is 9. 29 remainder 0. 6 again. 6 times 4, 24. Write down 4, remainder 5, isn't it? 6 times 4, 24 now. 29 minus 24 is Is 5. So you have 6 again. 0, remainder 4. So I'm going to have your answer to be equal to 450 base 6. Are there options? There should be options, but I don't think I wrote out the option. All right, now let's go to another question quickly. It's very easy. Let's go to another question quickly because of time. So this is O3Schools JAMB app 2012 question 2. So they said convert 72 base 6 to a number in base 3. 72 base 6 to a number in base 3. So now it's in base 6. We're told to convert to base 3. So first of all, convert 72 base 6 to base 10. So I'm going to have 72 base 6, 0, 1. It's very easy now. So 7 times 6 raised to power 1, then plus 2 times 6 raised to power 0. So 7 times 6 is 42, plus 6 raised to power 0 is 1, 2 times 1 is 2. So I'm going to have 44 base what now? Base 10. So to base 3, so you simply will do your division. 3 into 4 is Is 1. Remainder Remainder 1. 3 into 14 is 4. Remainder 2. So 3 into 14. 3 times 4 is 12. 4. Remainder 2 again. So 3 is 1. Remainder 1. And then 3 is 0. Remainder 1. Take a result from bottom to top is 1, 1, 2, 2. Base now? Base 3. It's very easy. So because of time, we're rushing things, right? We're rushing things. So now let's take an assignment. Let's take an assignment so that it will not be as if we are just solving questions. You are not attempting anyone. So let's take some assignment from the O3Schools JAMB app. Let's take some. I've solved all of them, but please try and watch and attempt them. So in case anyone that is difficult for you, you can then now send a message on the WhatsApp number 09121515246. A very sweet number. All right, now let's take assignment so that we can get this over with. Let's take assignment because of time. Let's take assignment. So assignment, convert 27 base 8 to a number in base 3. Right? That is number 1. And then number 2. This is a 2018 question. Number 5. The value of 222 base 3 all square expressed in base 3 is dash. I think that question is very clear. So as the value 222 base 3 all square expressed in base 3, that means they want the result to be in base 3. So the first thing you do, convert 222 base 3 to base 10. What you get, find the square of it, and then express the result in base 3. It's very easy. It's very easy. I've already solved the question for you. Now, let's go to another part of this just take those two questions to test yourself. They are JAMB pass questions, so you have to make sure you are accurate. If you do not get the question, please try and take the video back to get the question. So let's do conversion of numbers with unknown base to base 10 and others that result in equations. Conversion of numbers with unknown base to base 10 and others that result in equation. All right, so we'll do this conversion of numbers with unknown base to base 10 and others that result in equation. Let's take an example. This is 1992 question 1. They said find n if 34 base n is equals to 100112, right? A is 5, B is 6, C is 7, D is 8. So they say we should find n if 34 base n is equals to what? 10011 base 2. What do you notice from here? What you notice here is that this is not, the bases are not in unity. That's the first thing you notice. The bases are not in unity, in the sense that this one is in base n, while this one is in base what? It's in base 2. So you have to make sure that what? They are both in base 10 first before you can even solve. So you convert this one to base 10, convert this one to base 10, and then you can be able to find your n. Voila. So let's do that quickly. So go to have 34 base n, 0, 1, right? Let's deal with this 34 first. So I have 3 times n raised to power what? 1 plus 4 times n raised to power what? 0. Right? So this will give us what? 3 times n is what? N raised to power 1 is n. 3 times n will be 3n. N raised to power 0 is what? Is 1. 4 times 1 is what? Plus what? Plus 4. So I've gotten 34n. So let's do this. 100112. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Abi? So now I take it 1 times 2 raised to power 4 bar 0 times 2 raised to power 3, then plus 0 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0. Now, if it were me, if I was the one writing this JAMB, right? Because I've already understood that anything multiplying 0 is what? Is 0. I will skip these zeros. I'll just say 1 times 2 raised to power 4. I'll skip this 2 0, then plus 1 times 2 raised to power 1, then plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0. That will not be the variable. So like this one is already 0, this one is already 0. That's what I mean. You get? Alright, so it's just to make you faster. But you first of all need to know what you are doing before you are doing that. Alright, so let's do that. So I'm going to have 1 times 2 raised to power 4 is what? 2 raised to power 3 is 8, 2 raised to power 4 is 16. 1 times 16 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 1 is what? Is 2. Then plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0 is what? Is 1. So our result here will be equal to what now? 16 plus 2 plus 1. 16 plus 2 is what? 18. 18 plus 1 is what? Is 19. All right. Now we can now bring the two equations together. This one is in base 10 now. While this one also is in what? In base. They are both in base 10. So we can solve. So you now say 3n plus 4 is equal to 19. This is a simple algebraic equation. So what we do, we collect like terms as usual. Collect like terms. So you are going to say 4 will go to this side. If 4 is crossing the sign of equality, it turns to minus. We're going to have 3n is equals to 19 minus what? Minus 4. So 3n is 19 minus 4 is what? Is 15. Divide both sides by what? By 3, by the coefficient of n, which is 3, all over 3. 3 will cancel 3. 3 here 1, 3 here 5. So your n is equals to what now? 5. Very simple. Simple as A, B, C. You get it? Okay, now let's go quickly to the next question. It's another question. This is a 1997 question. 1997 question. If you not get any far, please take the video back. Make sure you understand what you are doing. So this is a 1997 question, number 1. 1997 question 1. So they said if 1P03 base what? Base 4 is equal to 115 base 10. Find P. We're giving options. A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, D is 3. So they say if 1P03, this is a number now in base 4 is equal to 115 base 10. Find what P. Now, the thing here is that 115 is already in base 10, but it's in base 10. So what we need to convert is this one to base 10 so that the basis will be in unity. Out there. So now what we do now, we take a 1P03 base 4, then your number 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to have 1 times 4 raised to power 3 plus P times 4 raised to power 2, then plus 0 times what? 4 raised to power what? 1. We already know this one will be, all of this will be 0, then plus 3 times 4 raised to power what? 0. Are we there? So I'm going to have 4 raised to power 3 is what? 64. That's 1 times 64, then plus P times what? 16, then plus 0 times 4 raised to power 1 is what? Is 0 times what? 4 raised to power 1 is 4, then plus 3 times 4 raised to power 0 is 1. We are getting faster now because we already understand what all those things mean. So I'm going to have 64 plus 16 times P is what? 16P, then plus what? 0 plus what? 3. So our answer now because it was 64 plus 16P plus 3. So collect like terms here. 64 plus 3 is 67. So I'm going to have 16P plus what? 67. So that's what we got from this side when we converted to base 10. So know that this result now is in what? In base 10. It's already in base 10. So what do we do next? We have found out now that what? That the bases are now in unity. 16P plus 67 base 10 is equal to 115 base 10. So we can now what? Equate both of them together and find the value of P. So 16P plus what? 67 is equal to what? 115 base 10. They're both in base 10. So there's no need to be writing the 10 out. So now what do? You collect like terms again. So you're collecting like terms. 67 is going that way. So 16P is equal to 115 minus 67. So what is 115 minus 67? I think that should be 48. So 16P is equal to what? 48. What do? Divide both sides by what? By 16. So that what? 16P over 16 is equal to 48 over what? 16. 16 will cancel 16. 16 here 1, 16 here 3. So P is equal to 3. That's option D. You see how easy it is. So this is just how to do what? Conversion from one base, from an unknown base to base 10, and others that result in what? An equation. You can see the equation that they have resulted to. All right. Now that we are done with that, I will now give you one assignment. Okay, I'll give you 2 other assignments for you to try your hands on. So if there's anyone you are confused about, they are all JAMB past questions from O3Schools JAMB app. So I'm not going to the what I saw 1 million. So in case you don't understand, just send a message on WhatsApp 09121515246. All right. First of all, download the app, activate it, and start practicing. You have no time to waste. So now assignment, final assignment for this topic. Assignment. If this is a 1998 question, if 10112 plus x base 7 is equals to 25 base 10, find x. A is 14, B is 20, C is 24, and D is 25. So this is question 1. Question 2 is if 314 base 10 minus 256 base 7 is equals to what? 340 base x. Find x. Uncle S is missing, so we'll find it. Our A is what? Is 7. Our B is 8. Our C is 9. Our D is 10. All right, that brings us to the end of this topic, number basis. So next, we're going to take another topic under number and numeration, which is fraction, and then approximation. We go to ratios and so on. We do compound interest and simple interest, and so on and so forth. Also, we do surds, and so on and so forth. So please stay glued to this channel. Recommend the channel to your friends. Share it to all your friends that are writing JAMB. It is very important. But most importantly, download the O3Schools JAMB app and start practicing today. My name is Owolabi Tangod as usual, and I am a lover of mathematics. See you in the next class.